Greetings, everybody! T-Prar once again. The only thing I've been told about this episode is that it concerns a familiar face. I did hear some stuff about certain one-shot characters that might return this season, but the title doesn't exactly spring many ideas to mind on who it could be. Guess I'll have to find out for myself. Without further ado, let's jump right into Season 9, Episode 6, Common Ground. Let's get to it!
Highlights in the world of sports.
Hey, more buckball!
What started as a backyard hobby for fruit farmers and the like has blossomed into a literal phenomenon with something for every pony. Unicorns, Pegasi, and Earth ponies alike can't get enough of this breakthrough sport.
So buckball's becoming a national sport or something.
And with its
That's pretty
popularity
cool.
still on the rise, buckball fans want, nay demand, an institution catering to their new obsession. And the
Look at all
ponies
this
of Appaloosa
merch.
answered the call, delivering a state-of-the-art locale where fans equestriova can celebrate their passion. The Buckball Hall of Fame. Though,
Wow.
given its recent nature, the only inductees so far will be the members of the current championship team from Ponyville.
All right.
Do you think they know we're here? I think they have a pretty good idea.
A pretty good idea about what?
Oh, snails. Never lose that simple charm of yours.
I can't believe the ponies of Appaloosa built this place.
Pretty amazing.
Especially after their team lost to us. They must really love buckball.
And are pretty good sports.
Gosh, it's you! I can't believe you're you! I mean, here! I mean, Team Ponyville! Yeah!
Aw.
How much for an autograph?
Bits for autographs.
Oh, hey, Snips.
Snails, you thinking what I'm thinking?
Was the sound of one hoof clapping?
Wow, that's an old callback.
How many of you would pay for an autograph from my best friend Snails?
Snips, don't be greedy.
Wow, that's a lot of writing.
What have you gotten Snails
Decided
into?
to honor us. I never thought I'd get to be in anything like a Hall of Fame.
You deserve it, Pumpkin.
Unless you count a Royal Order of Party Planners Memorial Library, which I don't, because every party planner gets one of those eventually.
Oh, really? Nice.
I hope
Well,
Space
he
Ghost
seems to
is
be
signing
taking things in
autographs
stride.
soon. We can't play without him, and if we lose or forfeit one game, we'll be out of the tournament.
Oh,
You better
dear.
get his flank over here then. You have to win the first few games without me cheering you on.
Oh,
What's wrong, Dash?
Applejack was too busy to come, so she made me promise to go to all the museum exhibits and tell her about them. I'm gonna try
Oh,
to
I
get burst into
see.
the crowd so I can get back to the tournament faster.
Ooh, then you'd better hurry. Looks like there's already a line.
What?
Uh-oh. Some ponies pitched a
The
tent?
doors aren't even open yet. What kind of sports fan camps out for a museum?
The real question is, what kind of sports fan doesn't?
Quibble Pants?
Quibble Pants?
Rainbow Dash, fancy meeting you here.
Fancy
Long
meeting
time
me?
no see.
I'm a sports pony. Of course I'd be here. What's fancy is you being here. If fancy meant confusing.
There's
Are
nothing
you a
fancy
buckball
or
fan
confusing
too?
about it. You can't keep me away from that buckball rink. I'm the biggest fan there is.
Or
It's a
aren't
buckball
you?
field. And you are?
Oh, sure, but with all the bucking and the balling on the buckball field, which is where they play buckball.
Yep, he's just being a sports poser. He's not really into buckball. So then, why is he here?
I wanted to be first inside to experience the grand history of the sport. I guess only a real fan would understand that.
Right.
Oh, perfect timing.
Hello.
Dash, I'd like you to meet Clear Sky, the most amazing pony I've ever met.
Clear
you
sky.
had daring do, so that's probably an exaggeration. No offense.
None taken. When it comes to describing your special somepony, a little exaggeration's normal. And I feel the same way about you.
Aww.
And who is this?
This is my daughter, Windsprint.
And she
Windsprint.
is amazing too.
Wind, did you thank Quibble for camping out so we'd be first in line?
Thanks.
No problem.
Someone's not
I
thrilled to
probably
be
would've
here.
done it anyway. I mean, I can't wait to see the evolution of the buck basket from farm to field. That sounds just, I mean, oh, wow. There is a lot to see.
Oh, okay. I think I see where this is going. Quibble's pretending to appreciate Buckball in order to impress his new lady friend and her daughter. So, basically, he's not being true to himself. And that never works out well.
I'd rather see the game.
Yeah, go and have fun, kid.
I mean, sure, that makes sense. We could just go to the tournament instead.
No, Quibble planned this whole thing for us, and you could be a little more appreciative.
Oh, dear.
I kinda wanted to skip the museum, too.
Uh-oh.
But I promised a friend that I'd check out all the exhibits.
Ugh, all of them?
You know, I'd like a chance to catch up with Rainbow Dash. Why don't we split up? We'll cover more ground that way, and...
And she's already gone.
So, you in Clear Sky, huh?
You lucky
She's
dog.
great. Honestly, I've never been happier. Which is why I need your help. I don't know what any of this stuff is.
I knew it.
What do you mean?
See this? I don't know what it is.
A ball?
That's a ball.
What, and this? No idea.
It's
That's a
basket.
basket.
How do you not know what these are?
I'm not even 100% sure what bucking is. I literally know nothing about buckball or any other sport.
Well,
And you're
I
lying
figured
to
you weren't
impress
the
Clear
sportingest
Sky.
Pony in Equestria.
But Windsprint is, and her dad was some big athlete too. I can't compete with that.
Oh, so that's why.
I really want things with Clear Sky to work out, but if Wind doesn't like me, I might as well give up.
Aw, Quibble.
Why?
They're a family. Even if it's okay with Clear Sky, I wouldn't ask them to make me a part of it if Windsprint isn't on board.
I get what you're saying, Quibs.
I thought if I could convince Wind I was some big buckball fan, we'd have something to bond over, but I'm pretty sure she's on to me.
Here,
Just be honest.
give it a shot. It's easy.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I don't think she's fooled.
Nope.
Could you talk to her? I mean, you're a famous sports pony. You'd know what to say. Maybe you could talk me up a little.
Maybe about the real you.
Problem. I've totally got your flank.
Good grief.
Trust me, the game's a lot harder to play with apples.
You play?
Who do you
Of
think
course
got
she
them?
does.
Of course, being a Wonderbolt takes up most of my time, so I don't get to practice as much as I'd like.
Wait, you're Rainbow Dash? The Wonderbolt?
The one and
That's
only.
a great flyer, too.
You don't say. You know, Quibble's pretty sporty, too.
You're not fooling anyone, Dash.
I think I've seen enough of this museum for 3 Applejacks. Let's go watch some football!
That
Alrighty.
sounds awesome. Oh, but first, I got you a little surprise.
Oh, a book.
Hey, Twilight might like it.
Just a book. It's a buckball almanac. This thing has every buckball fact and statistic ever recorded.
Wow.
Pretty impressive.
I know. I never realized there was so much math in buckball. I mean, this game's got more numbers than ogres and oubliettes.
There's the Quibble we know.
I guess I could hold it for you, you know, so you don't have to carry it.
Can we go to the game now?
Sure, honey.
You're trying,
Listen, Q, this trip
Quibs.
was a lovely
And that's what
idea, and the book was
counts.
sweet, but you don't have to try so hard. Everything's gonna be fine. Mwah.
She's such a
Not even
sweetheart.
My presents are in the ball court.
Do you mean ballpark?
Do I? I don't know. One thing's for sure, Wind is never gonna like a pony like me.
Oh,
Of
Quibble.
course she will. She just needs to see her sporty side.
I don't have a sporty side.
Every pony has a sporty side, and we're gonna find yours. By the end of the day, I am gonna turn you into the sportiest pony in Equestria!
Oh boy. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Look, I'm not saying it's a terrible idea, but it's a terrible idea. You can't.
It's
turn
a
me
crazy
into an
one
athlete. It's
anyway.
impossible.
It's either that or be yourself and bond with Wind over comic books and role-playing games.
Maybe she likes those too. Why not ask her?
I have a 17 charisma, right? Don't you think I tried? She doesn't even like daring do. She thinks she's not athletic enough.
Say what?
Wow. We need to get started on Operation Sportify ASAP. To figure out what your sporty side is, we just need to see what your skills are. Every pony's got something.
In theory, anyway. Damn.
Whoa!
Agility. Of course, some ponies can do it all.
Like
Amazing,
you?
But what about me?
Right. We should probably start small. I'll pass the ball to you, and you just pass it back to me. Okay?
That's easy enough. You've got this, Quibble.
And bark ball. Ow.
Ooh.
Seriously?
Maybe agility's not your thing. Ready?
If I say no, do I still have to run?
Yep.
Can we get on with this? Snips
Hi
and I
again,
did
Snips.
So well with the autographs, we decided to expand. And these souvenirs are not going to sell themselves.
Oh, good grief.
Speed.
Got it.
On your marks. Get set.
Speed. Speed.
Go!
Speed, 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 speed. Whew! Okay, what a race, right?
You've gotta be kidding me.
This was fun, but I've got to get back to work.
And Snails needs to get back to his team.
You got this.
I got this. This is hopeless.
Figures.
I don't have any skills, not agility, not speed. I can't even lift more than one book, and I love books.
I mean, I'm free to admit that I'm out of shape, so maybe I shouldn't judge Quibble too harshly about this, since he is a nerd. But I don't think Dash is going to bring out a sporty side in him anytime soon.
If we had time to train, I know I could mold you into the perfect sports pony.
But we don't have time.
Or at least a sportier pony.
Who knows how long that would take? I need to get Win to like me now.
Sounds like an intense game going
You're
on.
not the best athlete in Equestria, or the most coordinated, or the fastest, or even a little bit strong.
You don't mince words, do you,
Supposed to be making
Dashy?
me feel better because it's not.
But none of that matters, because I just figured out how to sportify you.
How? Atta girl, Pinks. Go, Flutters! Good job, Snails.
And with that score, the stars of Team Ponyville advance to the next round. If they keep winning like this, they'll never get off the field.
Go, Ponyville!
Ponyville are so good.
They sure are.
Quibble, where have you been? I was hoping we'd all watch the tournament together.
He's been preoccupied.
Oh, I've just been arranging for us to hang out with a few of my close friends from Team Ponyville.
Oh, so that's your game. Pretending to have famous friends. Another classic trick of trying to make yourself look cool. Well, he is friends with Dash, and she's famous. So that counts, I suppose.
This is wonderful, Q, but I still feel like you're trying too hard to get Win's approval.
This is so great. Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy are the best players out there.
Well,
They
you
are
can
pretty
make
awesome,
Quibble.
kiddo.
Wonderbolts, Buckball Stars. He's friends with the sportiest ponies around, so he must be pretty sporty too, right?
That's really stretching it, Dash.
Rainbow Dash told us all about how you two spent a whole Daring Do convention geeking out together about books.
I remember that.
First, she thought you were the most annoying fan pony she ever met. You two eventually became friends.
Nicely put, Flutters.
I guess even sports ponies agree. Quibble's a pony you like more and more over time.
Aww.
Knowing sports ponies isn't the same as being one.
Man, you're
What's it
tough
like
to
playing
please.
in front of all those fans.
I guess you'll find out.
What do you mean?
Yes, what do you mean?
What does she mean?
Wind about your next surprise.
Q, Wind really doesn't need any more surprises.
What
Isn't
now,
another
Q?
A, books are awesome, and B, this is way more awesomer than that. For the tournament halftime show, you and Quibble are gonna play a game of buckball against Team Ponyville.
Say what? Oh, Dash, what have you done? This is not gonna end well. Well, she's got skill. A lot of skill.
You should probably stretch.
No amount of stretching is gonna make this okay. What were you thinking?
Look,
She
you wanted
wasn't,
to impress
obviously.
Winston, and this just made sense.
Really? How does me making a fool of myself in front of her, Sky, and a billion buckball fans make sense?
Don't
It
worry,
doesn't.
I've got your flank. I already talked to Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy. They're totally gonna make you look good.
They're gonna flop on purpose?
Okay, well, maybe this isn't the absolute worst idea ever.
Mares and stallions, foals and coals. Put your hooves together for today's halftime presentation as Buckball's biggest stars take on a team of fans just like you.
It's a neat idea, entertainment-wise. Play ball! Whoops.
And that's one for the Ponyville champs. Looks like these fans don't know what they signed up for.
You tried, Pinkie. I love her tail technique. Nice save, Windsprint.
Oh no! Quibble's wide open and I'll never get there in time to block.
That acting. Aw, crap.
Ooh, looks like our fan team needs to work on their passing.
This isn't going too well. Whoa! He did it!
And the fan team finally scores! For the other side. That
Aw,
makes
damn
three.
it.
Team Ponyville wins!
It says very clearly on page 647 of the expanded Buckball tournament rules that a goal is scored when an Earth Pony sends the ball into a basket, but it doesn't say which basket.
Yeah,
Getting
I'm
technical
pretty
now,
sure
are
every
we?
pony knows you're not supposed to score in the other team's goal.
But the rules don't say that. If that goal is ours, it's only 2-1 and we can keep playing.
I don't want to! You're not a sports pony. It's not fun playing this game with you.
Ouch.
I was just trying to get her to like me.
I know, but I told you you didn't need to. You and I have to rethink all of this.
Oh no. That hurts.
What are you doing out here?
Apparently this book is as close to sports as I'll ever get.
Come on! That goal you scored for the other team was amazing!
Ugh.
It
Thanks
was.
for trying, Rainbow Dash, but I think we can both agree the whole Sportify idea was a big flop.
Very big.
We haven't even gotten started! I've got like 7 more top-notch ideas to turn you into a super sporty pony!
Dash, just
Lynn's
forget
already made up
about
her
it.
mind, and so have I. Time to throw up the towel.
It's throw in the towel, and that's ridiculous! You can't just give up!
Wind and Sky deserve a pony they both like in their lives. Besides, Sky wants to rethink things, so I'm just beating her to the lunch.
It's
You
beating her
mean
to the
punch?
and it's barely a sports reference. How do you not know that?
Because I don't know anything about sports!
Damn.
Pretending I did just made things worse.
So you should stop pretending!
Thank you!
You are terrible at sports. You're uncoordinated, slow, weak,
Okay, again, not
We get it,
making me
Dash.
feel better.
and you're completely clueless about anything having to do with athletics. But maybe I'm not the pony you should have come to for help.
Who then?
Oh.
I wish we didn't even come here.
Quibble
Oh,
thought you
come
liked
on,
him
But I
Windsprint.
don't. And I don't like him. Why do you like him?
because he's kind and smart, and his friends certainly seem to care about him, which is always a good sign.
Thank
I
you,
don't
Clear
care how many
Sky.
ponies care about him. They're not gonna make me forget about Dad.
Oh. So that's why. You think he's trying to replace your dad. Oh, sweetie, he wouldn't do that.
Oh, sweetheart, I know Quibble's trying too hard, but he doesn't want you to stop loving your dad. He just wants you to like him. And I think maybe there's enough room in your heart to do both.
Hey
That's
there.
right.
Glad I found you because I have a confession to make. I know it's hard to imagine, but I'm really not all that sporty.
We know.
No.
I'm sorry I was trying so hard to convince you otherwise. I just really wanted us to get along, but I guess it backfired. Do you think we could start over?
Please?
Maybe we could watch some of the tournament together and you could teach me some sports stuff?
Hey now.
Okay, that's their goal.
I'll try to remember that if I ever decide to play buckball again. But I probably won't.
Huh.
Oh, look, Pinkie Pie's gonna flip and triple bounce the ball into the goal.
Nice.
You know that?
It's right here. Pinkie flips and triple bounce bucks over 83% of her shots from the northwest section of the field when the wind is blowing from the east.
Wow.
I guess this book's kind of cool all throughout.
You did it, Quibble.
Sky, I know you're thinking of calling it quits between us, and after today, I don't blame you. But when did I just made a connection?
Calling it quits? What are you talking about?
You really think
said
she's
you
gonna
wanted
break
to
things
rethink
off
things.
now?
Yeah, things like having your friend help you pretend to be a sports pony so Wind would like you.
What?
You
I-
knew
I
the
don't-
whole
I-
time,
no,
didn't
I
you?
didn't. What?
What? Nah.
Mom,
Busted.
look what Quibble showed me. When Fluttershy flies higher than the other Pegasus, Pinkie scores 92% of the time, and it just happened.
Wow.
Cool.
You better watch out or you're gonna start to like books.
I guess that wouldn't be so bad.
Aww.
Looks like you didn't need sportiness, famous ponies, or lavish gifts to bond with Wind after all.
Technically, he still needed to buy her the book, but that's it.
Of course, Dash. Aww. Wow. Now this was a sweet episode. And a bit of a heartstring tugger, too. Especially knowing the full context behind it now. We not only got more buckball with Team Ponyville, but the return of Quibble Pants, as he once again co-stars with Rainbow Dash. Major kudos to Josh Haber for this one, as well as to Ashley Ball, Andrea Libman, Richard Cox, Lee Tucker, and to our returning guest star, Patton Oswalt, and his wife and daughter, Meredith Salinger and Alice Oswalt. Buckball's evolved quite a bit since what we saw in Season 6. It's become quite a fad in Equestria, spawning a tournament, merchandise, and even a stadium and museum in Appaloosa. Of course, our good old Ponyville team, Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, and Snails, hold a prominent place as the current champions of the sport. And rightly so. It always makes me happy seeing Pinkie and Fluttershy having fun and being awesome at Buckball, and to see Snails get some more screen time. Plus, we got Snips this time around too. Though he's busy capitalizing on the team's popularity by charging for autographs. Meanwhile, Dash is sightseeing for Applejack when she runs into Quibble Pants, who claims to be a big Buckball fan, though he lacks even the most basic knowledge of the sport. The truth behind his behavior becomes plain when we meet his new special somepony, Clear Sky, and her daughter, Windsprint. Quibble and Sky seem like a sweet match for each other, but Wind wants nothing to do with him. even though she has a sincere investment in Buckball, given that her father, who sadly doesn't seem to be around anymore, was a famous athlete. Quibble feels like his relationship can't work if Wynn doesn't approve of him, so he's trying to bond with her on something she can appreciate. But his lack of knowledge on anything sports-related puts him at a major disadvantage. Not even getting her a sports almanac helps. Clear Sky, however, feels that Quibble shouldn't try so hard to impress Wind, but it doesn't convince him. Rainbow decides to help Quibble by bringing out his non-existent sporty side. It goes about as well as you'd expect for a geek like him. Then, she tries making Quibble look impressive by arranging a meet and greet with the Ponyville Buckball team for Wind, having them vouch for his reputation, but even that doesn't work. So Dash pulls out one last risky move, arranging for Quibble and Wind to play a halftime game against Team Ponyville, with Snips as their goalie. Once again, this fails spectacularly, as Quibble unintentionally scores points for Ponyville, even when he tries to contest the rules using the almanac. Fed up, Wind runs off, and even Clear Sky walks off, saying they need to rethink things. Poor Quibble feels sure that his relationship is over, and that no amount of sports cram sessions will ever make him the sporty pony Windsprint would want, until Dash suggests that maybe she herself wasn't the one to talk to about sports. We then get hit with a sobering piece of truth. The reason Windsprint doesn't like Quibble, in spite of her mom liking him, is because she feels like he's trying to replace her dad. I've never dealt with it myself, but I can imagine how unpleasant it must be for a child, after losing a parent, to have their other parent remarry with someone else, feeling as if they're trying to fill a void that can't be filled. It's rather fitting, in both a sweet and sad way, that Meredith and Alice guest star in this with Patton, not just because Alice was a fan of My Little Pony, but also considering the loss she and her dad went through when Patton's first wife, Michelle McNamara, passed away, and the ensuing adjustments that came when he married Meredith. Granted, I'm usually out of the loop with Hollywood news, so I only know so much, but Big Jim tweeted the background of how this episode came together, and it's incredibly sweet, envisioning Patton, his wife, and their daughter recording together. In any case, Sky makes it clear that Quibble isn't trying to replace Wind's dad, but just wants Wind to like him for who he is. Right on cue, Quibble comes to apologize about lying, and wants to start over with Wind, asking to watch a game with her, and for her to teach him about it as it goes. She agrees, even getting invested in the statistics in the almanac Quibble bought, finally forging a bond between the two. Clear Sky also elaborates that she never intended to break up with Quibble, but just wanted him to stop pretending to be something he wasn't just to impress Wind, hinting that she was on to Rainbow's help all along. In any case, I have nothing but the highest hopes for these three, and not just for the fact that they're voiced by a family themselves. So remember, you shouldn't have to pretend to be something you're not just to get someone to like you, whether it's someone you love or just someone you're trying to bond with, because trying too hard in that way is only going to make things worse. 2 simple words. Be yourself. A sweet, heartfelt episode, all in all. Until next time, see ya!